So, I have a special treat for you today. It's art day, and I told you that if I was feeling brave ever, that I would show you some things that I've drawn. Now, I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. I'm no Frankie. Um, when I was little, I grew up, and when I was little and I was growing up, I wanted to be an artist. Like I got myself. I didn't get myself. I was a kid. My parents bought it for me. But one of those like easels, like a legit one, like painters would paint on. I was so excited about it. For many years at Christmas, I would get like art sets and sketchbooks and stuff. Like I was way into it. So for most of my life, I was well above average. Like for a kid, I was great. But when I got to be an adult, I'm okay. I've got more than an average amount of skill. I'm really good at drawing on a whiteboard, strangely enough. But I'm not ever going to make it as an artist. It's just not going to happen. No one's going to really want to buy my work. We'll just put that out there. So when you see this and you hear me say, I'm not any good, if you're one of those people that's going, fuck you, you are good, I'm sorry. But if you're, like Frankie, then you're probably going, that's pretty good. And you're like, trying to be like real nice to me because, it doesn't like suck terribly, but you know that I can't ever sell it. So, this is my entertaining art post. I'm actually going to show you some things that I've drawn. And then after I'm done filming this video, I'm going to go find other things that are on the interwebs that I've drawn. And so on and so forth. Some of those are like, for example, my whiteboard art, because I'm intelligent enough to photograph it before I fucking erase it, and I'll show you that too, because I am pretty impressed with my ability to draw on a whiteboard. But I've never learned how to use digital media, although I did buy myself a tablet to start trying to learn. Of course, I have too many fucking hobbies, and I never got around to really learning it. So I'm not a digital artist. Everything that I've ever really done is on some sort of traditional media, which is like pen and paper, paint, pen, pencil, crayon, colored pencil. The things that I tend to be the best at in comparison to all the other people that are competing in those media are strange media, like Easter eggs and pumpkins. I get really into the holiday art. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna move on to some shit that I've drawn, and it's shit. But okay, here we go. So this is James Armistead. When I was in high school, we had some like projects and stuff for like history class, and this was actually a picture that was in my textbook, and this is me copying it on lined paper. See that? That's when you know that you have an obsession, because any old paper will do. So that's lined paper, that's pencil. I was really good, as you can see, at the smudging. See that? A smudge. And I tried to make it look like it was like old parchment, like all burnt up and shit. So that's up. A lot of what I did was like making up creatures for the books that I was writing, because I was always writing. So here's some wolves. These are actually decent, right? Okay, so this is a normal warg. And this is a new warg. It's a bigger wolf. See? I'm clever. Okay, moving on. You can't see this probably very well at all, but that is a sword in a chamber. And this is actually Callandor, however you want to say it, from the Wheel of Time. Kind of. It's a crystal sword. Callandor was actually hanging like in the air, suspended, but this is a crystal sword in a chamber somewhere. So there's that. Not very good, that one at all. This is a creature that I invented. It's sort of like cat. I call it Catamat, and a Catamat is a source of immense power. So you can like partner up with one of these if you're a mage and be an even better mage. They're also kind of snarky, as you can tell by cats. I don't give a fuck face. Alright. This is Rand al'Thor from the Wheel of Time. That's my impression of him fighting a horrible battle. See the black lightning and the desolate area. Oh, that's my phone. We're gonna ignore that. I drew this this person. It's okay. And that's an ear. Don't ask me why. Oh, that's a doodle. See that? Told you this wasn't gonna be any good. Okay. These are some creatures that are pretty neat. They were gonna go to battle. See, they look real scary and stripy and stuff. And that's armor. And they have little bladey tails. I forgot what they were called. It doesn't matter anymore because they're not gonna come to be. See, they got like a cranial piece to protect their noggins, some horns. Yeah, big time. Okay, I really like dragons. I really suck at drawing them. So this is one of my early attempts at a dragon. He's kind of okay, right? Yeah. Again, I draw on line paper a lot because I drew during class. And just to pause for a second, I do have more drawings elsewhere that I haven't found all of them yet, and some of them are actually pretty good. So when I do find them again, I'll probably do another video and show you that. Okay, this is my earliest rendition of a creature I invented called a Durgoth. This is not as good as the one that I came up with later, that I probably don't have here, but maybe I do. And the thing with these is they're like entirely armored, so those are like scales and spiky things. They're stupid, but really aggressive, and they like to kill shit. The only place that you can kill them is the soft spot between their arms here. So, yeah, that's that one. I was attempting to draw some scenery here, but like that's actually not so bad either. There's like some stands and some tents. This was going to be a street, and you can see the grass. See? That's some neat grass. Okay. That was not even good. One of my stories had this powerful jewel, and so that's the jewel. Nothing real special about it other than it's a magic trinket. Come on. Everyone's got a magic trinket. Okay, these are a couple of the races that I had in one of the early books that I was drawing. This is a Delver and an Acrinar. The Acrinar were like these wimpy little lizard people, and the Delvers were like underground dwarfs, but they were like super hairy. See? They're kind of neat. Okay. I forgot what I called these two. But these were like the fighting troops of the bad people on in my book. And I even had, like, if you see here, let's see if we could read it. Those were their rankings. They had little stripes on their tails. See the tail? Those were their rank stripes. Oh, here is, I'm gonna guess that's Rand again. I really liked the Wheel of Time when I was younger. Maybe not, though, because there's a dragon. I don't know. Probably just, it might have been my guy, too. Because, the problem with one of the first books I ever wrote was that I realized it had a lot in common with the Wheel of Time, and that was ultimately why I trashed it. Look at that ominous eyeball in the background. This was a fun one I came up with. This is called a Maiar, and he is like a mix of a unicorn and a dragon together. And their thing was that they could only tell the truth. They weren't capable of lying. But yeah, that's cool. Okay, this one actually is not bad. This is a very special knife. It's got dragon scales on the blade. Don't remember why it was special, but it was. Okay, now this I actually am proud of. Some of you may have seen this before. It's the door to Moria. This is my better drawing, but minus the words. See? That's cool. Later attempt at a dragon. This one actually didn't turn out too shitty. That's a pen and colored pencil. Look, I took all the time to do all the little scales. I even made the scales smaller where the scales should be smaller. So, these pretty neat. I have this obsession with giant wolves. So this is like a giant wolf that you could ride. He's like a wolf horse. So he's like the size of a horse. Actually, one of the short stories that's coming out in my collection of short stories that I'll be publishing soonish has one of these in it. So buy that, read that, look out for this thing. This is like, I don't know, was I trying to draw a gremlin there? Who really knows? I'm weird. Okay, moving on. This, I don't know that I ever did anything with it, but I called it a kid ear. Like, obviously you can see it has much longer back legs than front legs, so it never could stand up straight. This is its permanent position. I really liked creatures. I can't suck at drawing people, though. This is the beginning of a dragon. That's as far as I got. It's like symmetry, and it's just his face. I think I was planning on doing like a cover of that. Okay. This next one I'm going to show you is actually, I entered a contest. What was this one having to do with? I can't remember what the contest was about, but I had to pick, like, she was making like a set of cards or something, and we had to like try to submit art for each one of the things that she chose, and this was what I ended up doing. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. He kind of looks like Jack Frost, I guess, but and he had a name, but I forgot that too. See, it's been too long. But there's like a reflection of a rose in the blade. Androgynous, weird, elfy dude. One of my sister's friends when I was growing up had, she was random, and one of her nicknames was Moose, and she came up with this idea called the Moose of Spades. I actually drew a card. It's the Moose of Spades. I actually thought that was pretty cool and clever of me. When I was writing books and I had characters, they were sort of based on Wheel of Time sort of ideas, and so I tried to clothe them as well. So this is one of the dresses I did. Past that, like, I know somewhere I've got better Durgoth. I know somewhere I have a much better dragon. He's actually really good for me. And my whiteboard art, and I will probably link my Deviant art, or at least some of the things from Deviant art, onto that as well to show you. But so that's my art. That's a 12.5-minute video, so I think that is good for now. You got to watch me be a little dumb on camera. That's always fun too. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna write. So I hope you enjoyed that. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, because this is posted on Saturday. So, alright, bye guys.